Good morning, guys. Welcome to Saturday, day number 2 of PAX Unplugged, the busy day. We just parked in the most narrow spot you can imagine. So really off to a great start. We got Kevin from Multigrain Games here. He's going to be giving out you're going to be giving out free games today.
Giving out free games.
Yeah, if you see, well, you're going to see this video probably after today, but if you did see him, leave a comment below if you saw his briefcase and you got a copy of his game. Check it out. It's very cool, very innovative. Print and play, roll and write. Check it out. Anyway, let's head into the convention hall. We got a long day ahead of us. We have the long maze behind us. We are heading into the convention center for a long day of gaming, and up first we have the Asmodee sneak peek in just about half an hour. So we got to get through this line and head to it and see what fun lies ahead of us. We just got done at the Asmodee preview event over here where they were showing off some of the new releases that are going to be coming in 2026. We actually had a good amount of time to demo a couple of them, and I wanted to highlight some of the ones that I'm really looking forward to. So my number one coming out of the event is a game called Trial of the Forest, where you're going to be playing as this like woodland creature that's trying to become the next guardian of the forest. But it's really interesting. It almost feels like a little bit of a role-playing game where you're going to be doing different moral actions. You can become like evil, you can go the good route, you can attack players, you can like burn down areas, but it's a little bit of resource management, moving around this map. Really, really cool. We only got like a little bit of a bite of that because it is a little bit of a longer game, but it really was a game that left me wanting to play a whole game of it. Very, very cool stuff. The second one, I am going on a poker phase of my life. A lot of more board games are using poker as a mechanic, and this new one is called All In from Phil Walker Harding, is using poker as the core mechanic where you're going to be predicting who around the table has the best poker hand. But that is just kind of the base of it. On top of that, there's a lot of interesting abilities with these different cards. So it feels like it's taking that base of poker, but adding a lot of cool effects, where you're going to have this shared row of cards in the middle of the table where you're going to be able to take cards, put them there, and there's a little bit of manipulation where you're able to do. Really, really fun game. This is another game, we finished it, we're like, wow, we want to play another round of this. It was a lot of fun. And then the third game we had a chance to demo is called Ghost Galore. This is coming from Lookout Games, and this is kind of just a very nice little pleasant 3x3 grid where you're going to be drafting these different monsters, building up this little mine, and trying to get different scoring conditions. Art's cute. I think this is a very nice kind of like family weight sort of game. There was a whole bunch of other games in that room that we just did not have a chance or time to demo, but a lot of cool stuff coming from all the different publishers and studios that Asmodee works with. But definitely Trial of the Forest is the one I will be looking out for moving forward. Grab some lunch at the terminal market, and now we are going over to meet up with Allplay to do a demo playthrough of Mountain Goats Legacy, which I'm excited to see how they're going to take such a simple game like Mountain Goats and make it into a legacy game. So I'm excited to see what secrets they might have in store for us. So I just got done playing a couple rounds of Mountain Goats Legacy here. So they actually let us play through a good chunk of it. We got through about 4 scenarios of it. So we saw a lot of the cool new twists and turns that the game has. So without like going spoilers, right, it's a fun little legacy game. It is resettable, there's no like destructible things, but I was really impressed by the little like twists they were able to introduce to Mountain Goats. Mountain Goats as itself is a pretty simple game, but I think a lot of the new dice effects and the ways they kind of shift up the mountains and the new effects they're adding make it really, really fun. So we only got, again, through like 4 scenarios, and they were kind of saying like it gets way crazier after that. So I'm really curious to see how far they can push that core of Mountain Goats into a legacy format. But the taste we had, it was really, really awesome. If you're a fan of Mountain Goats, definitely worth keeping an eye out for the legacy version. It seems like they really had a vision of stuff they could do with it, and what we played was really, really cool. As I was doing one last round, trying to see some more of the games that I was on the lookout for, we went over to Cardboard Alchemy to look at Whisperwood, which is their new Kickstarter game coming next year. That is a competitive game where you're playing as these druids trying to restore the forest. What really caught my eye on it is the actual way you do action selection in the game. You're going to be doing bag building, which really reminded me of Orleans. You're going to pick all your actions out of a bag and you distribute them on your player board. So you combine that with a really cool kind of thematic setting. It has me really, really interested. It also looks absolutely gorgeous. We also went by Flat Out Games, where we were able to check out another game they have upcoming called Honeypot. So this is really nice Quan Chi Moria art on the bears, but it is going to be an I Split You Choose game, where you're playing as these spy bears, and you are trying to fill these folders that you're going to pass around the table with certain cards, doing this kind of set collection to score points. But the overall kind of spy theme with it, with the folders and the little I Split You Choose around the table, looks really, really cool. Definitely one to keep a lookout for. Then I went over to DBC Games, and they were one one, I had a couple games I was really interested in. So I was able to see a copy of Playthings, which was the weird sensory game that I found on my preview list. And what it is that you're going to have one person, it's kind of a one versus all game, where you're going to have one person as the boogeyman hiding these treasure chests, and everyone else is going to have their eyes closed, and everyone else is going to be playing these traps around the table, trying to figure out the order that the boogeyman is placing these items around the table. It seems really weird, really funky, and I love that in my game, so definitely one. I think it's on pre-order now to kind of look out for if you like kind of weird. I think it's kind of more like a party game. I'm not really sure, to be totally honest. Oh, we also looked at Inkwell, which is like this cool kind of open drafting game, very reminiscent of like Sagrada or Azul in some ways, where you're trying to complete these tapestries, but it has these different kind of areas you're trying to draft from, and there's some abilities tied to them. There's a couple of other little twists, and just the overall look and production of it looks really, really nice. Really kind of a publisher I want to keep an eye out for. I really love the kind of unique look they're doing for a lot of their games. Curtain has set on Saturday at PAX Unplugged. The vendor hall has officially closed. We did a couple more wandering around. We talked to the folks over at Mooncrab Games who do Leviathan Wilds. They had a giant version of that game, which was cool to see. They also said that they have a new version, or a new expansion coming out next spring for Kickstarter. So I'm a big fan of that boss battler, really solid solo and co-op experience. So it's cool to see just more stuff being added to it. It feels like they really struck a good chord as far as like the boss battling genre goes. Now we are getting ready to leave the expo hall, and we are going to go over to Indie Game Night, which is somewhere around here. I'm not exactly sure where Hall C is, and hopefully we're going to be able to snag a couple of these games. And ooh, actually, looking over here, it actually might be there. So we're going to go run over there and see what we can find. The Indie Game Night is well underway. We got some big lines already, and I don't even think it's barely 7 o'clock yet. So some people really excited about some cool new indie game. Here we are at the end of Saturday of PAX Unplugged. It has been a very long day. We have seen a lot of cool games. Thinking of a couple highlights from the Asmodee event. All In, the Phil Walker Harder poker game. Mountain Goat's Legacy was a huge surprise. I didn't have that much faith they were going to make like an interesting game that you could make in a legacy format for Mountain Goats, but that was awesome. We just got done playing Beyblades. Last thing I expected to be playing this weekend. And from the Indie Game Mart, we've talked to some really, really cool designers there. I did pick up the copy of Imps, which is this really cool Mancala game, and just really cool to talk with a lot of the designers there. And seeing the turnout there was awesome. So it's cool that PAX has this kind of beating heart of indie developers and designers that are out there who are just here for you to talk to and learn about their games. So really, really awesome. Really cool stuff there. And there may or may not be another part of this video. If you're at like 5 seconds left, you'll know it's over. But we're going to go grab some dinner, and then we're going to go into the free play area back there and try to find a couple of games to play, hook up with some people here, and get some more gaming in and have a late Saturday night. But if I don't, I will see you guys on tomorrow's vlog for the last day on Sunday, day 3 of PAX Unplugged. All right, so this match is to declare if I win it, the channel becomes a Beyblade content only. We're converting to just Beyblades. Looking for the mammoth to win.
1, 2, 3. Let it
rip! Shit.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's about to, it's trying to escape. It's breaking containment. Come on. This is a garbage one.
I saw one the other day.
All right, guys, I lost. We're gonna keep playing board games. Don't worry.